My name is Yasin. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because I still don't understand what we saw, and I need someone else to hear it. Everything I'm about to say is real. The videos existed. Some of them still do. And whatever that thing was, it knew we were watching. We never had problems before. Our house is a bit outside the city, quiet, almost too quiet at night. No traffic, no noise, just wind and sometimes dogs barking far away. But last year, things changed. A few neighbors reported small incidents, nothing dramatic. Missing tools, a gate left open, footsteps in the yard with no clear tracks. My father got worried, so we installed 2 cameras, one at the front gate, one in the backyard facing the tree and the wall. Basic system, motion detection, night vision. At first, it was useless. Weeks passed with nothing but insects, cats, and the same empty yard. I almost forgot we had them, until the first notification.
It was late. I couldn't sleep. I was on my phone when I got the alert. Motion detected, backyard. I didn't react immediately. I was used to false alerts, but I opened it anyway. The camera showed the yard, still. Then something crossed the frame, fast, too fast to understand. I rewound, slowed it down, frame by frame. It wasn't clear, just a shape moving low to the ground, not walking, not running, sliding, like it didn't use legs the way we do. I remember feeling uncomfortable, but I convinced myself it was just a cat. I went back to sleep, or at least I tried. The next night, I stayed awake. I don't know why, something in my head kept telling me to check again. At 2:13 a.m., the notification came. This time, I was ready. I opened the live feed immediately. At first, nothing. Then slowly, it appeared again. Same place, same movement, but closer. It stopped near the tree, and for the first time, it didn't move. I stared at the screen, and I swear, this is the moment everything changed. It felt like it was looking at the camera, not randomly, directly, at the lens, at me. I don't know how to explain that feeling, but if you've ever felt watched, you understand. Then it moved again, fast, sharp, gone. I ran to the window, nothing outside, just darkness, too much darkness. The next morning, I checked the yard. Everything looked normal at first, but near the tree, the ground was disturbed. Not footprints, no clear pattern, just marks, irregular, like something moved without stepping. I called my friend Hamza. He's rational, always finds explanations. He watched the video, paused, zoomed. Then he said, "It's just a cat." But he didn't smile when he said it.
That night, Hamza stayed over. We decided to watch the live feed together. No jokes, no distractions, just waiting. 2:05 a.m., nothing. 2:12 a.m., still nothing. Then the alert came. We both froze. I opened the feed. There it was, clearer than before, closer than ever, and this time, it changed. It wasn't as low as before. It wasn't fully upright either. It was adjusting, like it was trying different ways to move. Hamza whispered, "Pause it." I did. We zoomed in. The image broke into pixels, but the outline was wrong. No clear head, no clear limbs, just a form that didn't stay consistent, like your eyes couldn't lock on to it. Hamza leaned back slowly. "That's not normal," he said. That was the first time I heard fear in his voice. We didn't plan to watch again, but we did, because once you see something like that, you can't ignore it. Third night, same time, no notification this time. That's what scared me the most. I opened the app manually. The camera was already recording. No alert, no sound, just the yard. And then It was already there, standing near the tree, not moving, waiting. We didn't speak, we didn't breathe, and then something happened that I will never forget. It moved, slowly, not fast like before, slow, deliberate, as if it knew we were watching more carefully now. It got closer to the camera, step by step, but not steps like a human, more like shifting weight in ways that didn't make sense. And then it stopped, right in front of the camera, so close that the image became distorted. And for 1 second, the entire screen glitched, static, black, then normal again, and it was gone.
After that night, everything stopped. No more alerts, no more movement, nothing. It was like it had never been there. But we still had the recordings, proof. At least we thought we did. A few days later, I went back to the first video, the one from the first night. It wasn't there. Deleted. Not in the app, not in storage. Gone. I checked everything. No trace. Only the second and third videos remained. We watched the second video again, carefully, frame by frame, and that's when Hamza noticed something. "Go back," he said. I did. "There," he pointed. In the reflection of the window, you could see part of the yard and something else, another shape, further back, watching the first one. I felt cold immediately, because that meant there wasn't just one.
We didn't speak for a long time after that. We just stared at the screen, replaying the same moment again and again. That second shape in the reflection, it wasn't a glitch. It stayed there across multiple frames, same position, same stillness, watching. Hamza was the first to break the silence. Pause it again. I did. Zoom more. The image became worse, more pixelated, but the shape didn't disappear. If anything, it became more disturbing, because unlike the first one, this one didn't move at all, not even slightly. No shifting, no distortion, just fixed, like it didn't need to adjust, like it already knew how to stay still. I felt something strange at that moment. Not fear, something deeper. The feeling that we were not observing something, but interrupting something. Hamza whispered, "Maybe the camera didn't detect it." I turned to him. "What do you mean?" "The alert only triggers for movement, right?" I understood immediately. The first one moved, the second one didn't. That's why we never got a notification for it. That's why we never noticed, because it never gave the system a reason to see it. The next day, we decided to test the cameras. We had to be sure. We went outside during the day, walked across the yard, normal detection. Notifications worked perfectly. We tried standing still, no alert. Then small movements, delayed detection. Everything behaved exactly how it should. Hamza looked at me and said, "If something knows how this works." He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. That night, we changed one setting. We increased the sensitivity to maximum. Even the smallest movement would trigger an alert. We wanted to see everything, no matter how small. That night felt different, too quiet. Even the usual distant dogs weren't barking. It was like the entire area was still. 2:10 a.m., nothing. 2:13 a.m., nothing. 2:14 a.m., still nothing. "No notification," Hamza said. "Open it anyway," I replied. I opened the live feed, and my heart dropped instantly. It was already there, closer than ever before, standing between the tree and the camera, not moving, just like the second shape from the reflection. Except now, there was only one, or at least only one we could see. We waited. Seconds passed. Then something changed. The image flickered slightly. Not a full glitch, just enough to feel wrong. And then it moved. but not forward, not backward. It leaned, slowly, toward the camera, as if trying to understand it, study it. I felt my hands shaking. Hamza whispered, "It knows." I didn't answer, because I was thinking the same thing.
We checked the recording immediately after, frame by frame, and that's when we noticed something impossible. The movement we saw live wasn't fully recorded. Parts of it were missing. Small gaps, like the video skipped moments. Milliseconds, maybe seconds, but enough to lose continuity. Hamza said, "That's not normal." "It's a glitch," I replied quickly, but I didn't believe it, because the missing frames only happened when it moved closer. The next night, we didn't watch the camera first. We listened. We turned off the lights, sat in silence, trying to hear anything. At first, nothing. Then, a sound. Very soft, like something brushing against a surface. Not footsteps, not breathing. Something irregular. We both looked at each other. "It's outside," Hamza said. We slowly turned toward the window, and that's when the camera notification finally came. Motion detected, backyard. We didn't open it immediately. We just listened. The sound stopped. Complete silence again. Then I opened the app. The yard was empty. Nothing. No movement, no shape, nothing at all. But the notification had been triggered by something. The next morning, we reviewed everything again, every second, every frame. That's when we found something we had completely missed. There was a small area near the wall where the camera angle didn't fully cover, a blind spot, barely noticeable, but enough. And in one of the recordings, just before the notification, we saw a shadow move into that area and disappear. Not out of the yard, into the blind spot. Hamza pointed at the screen. "It's avoiding the camera." I felt a chill, because that meant one thing. It wasn't random.
That same day, we installed a third camera, facing the blind spot. No gaps, no hidden angles. We wanted full coverage. That night, we didn't wait in the living room. We stayed in my room, door closed, lights off, watching all 3 camera feeds at once. Time passed slowly, too slowly. 2:11 a.m. Nothing. 2:16 a.m. Still nothing. Then, all 3 cameras glitched at the same time. Not black, not off, just distorted for less than a second, and then normal again. We froze, because that had never happened before, ever. The next morning, we checked the footage. Every camera, every angle, everything looked normal at first, until we reached 2:16 a.m., the moment of the glitch. We slowed it down, frame by frame, and there it was, in all 3 cameras. For a single frame, a shape, centered differently in each angle, but clearly the same presence. Too close, closer than it had ever been. Not near the tree, not near the wall, but near the house, near us. I felt something heavy in my chest, because this time, it wasn't observing the yard. It had moved closer to the house itself. We didn't see it again after that. No more glitches, no more movement, nothing, just empty recordings. Days passed, then weeks. Everything went back to normal, too normal. Hamza stopped coming over. He never said it directly, but I knew why. He didn't want to see it again. And honestly, neither did I. I still have the videos, all except the first one. That one is still missing. I've copied the others,
saved them in multiple places just in case. I don't watch them anymore. Not because I'm scared, but because every time I do, I notice something new. A detail I didn't see before. A movement that doesn't make sense. Or a moment that feels incomplete. Like something is missing or hidden. I don't know what was in our yard. I can't say it was something not human. I can't prove that. But I can say this. It understood the camera. It adapted to it, avoided it, and then got closer. And sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, I still feel that same thing I felt on the second night. Like something is watching. Not outside, but from somewhere I can't see.